know how to start these things. We talk about this every time. But
That's
maybe
fine.
you just want to introduce yourself before I fumble. I'm feeling very spicy today, so
Sure.
I feel like I don't trust myself.
My name is Marisol Ortega. I'm an illustrator, designer, I don't know,
Oh.
Jill of all trades. I mess around with a lot of
You
stuff. So,
mess around
yeah.
and find out.
Creative.
I feel like most importantly, we need to just like talk about this one thing, and that is we had to reschedule this recording. And then you were like, oh, well, I can't do this date because I'm getting my throat tattooed.
Oh, wow, there it is.
I'll
doing
be
the
busy.
throat
I'll
tat.
be busy that
That's
day.
epic. You're so cool.
Oh, yeah.
Did you design
Ooh.
it?
No, God, no. I don't design my own tattoos. I feel like
That's for the best.
Just personally, because you know how
Yeah.
we get, like, I just feel like we start
Yeah.
looking at things and we're like, I should have changed this. I should have changed that. Oh, that looks really weird. And it's a whole different thing. So I just didn't want to even do it. So I don't do that.
Agreed, yeah.
But
Of course.
yeah, but I swear, like, the older I'm getting, the more it hurts. So like, I feel like this might be my last
it's your
tattoo that
throat.
I get.
So
Yeah, that
Like,
seems
what
like
did
it
you
would be a pretty
expect?
sensitive bit of flesh.
Oh, yeah, but like I have my chest, do you know what I mean? Like I have my chest, my entire back's like covered, it's unfinished, but like it's not motivating me to like get it done now. So
I don't.
sorry,
It sounds like
Josh.
you don't have that much surface area left.
No, I do. I don't have my legs. I don't have my legs.
Okay.
It's just
All right.
my upper body, but
Is there a
I
plan
feel
for
like-
the legs?
Yeah.
I
Once
want
you've
to
recovered
have a
from-
plan. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know, right? Like give it a couple of weeks, I'll be like, I want to get another tattoo. But yeah, I do. I feel like I want something more intentional on my legs, but I feel like that's also gonna hurt and like cost more. So you know.
So your throat was just
It'll sit there for a
willy-nilly,
while.
no intention.
It was. No, I was like,
Oh,
let's
no.
do it. I
Just
really
whatever
love
you
this
want.
artist.
So cool.
I really
That's
love this
so
artist, and he
crazy.
had an opening, so I was like, let's do it. And he's like, yeah, 5:00. And I actually drove to Portland after driving to Max, right? Because I drove to Max,
Yeah.
LA from my house, and that took like 18 hours. And so we got back on Saturday, and then on Monday I drove again to Portland to get my throat tattooed. And
Ouch.
actually really good that we rescheduled it because my throat was like hurting really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew it was going to hurt, but I didn't realize how much of a toll my entire body was going to take.
I
from it.
mean, if you told me I was getting my throat tattooed, I would think it would hurt really bad. But I don't have
It
much
did.
experience in having a billion
My
needles.
only
poke me.
experience is getting my eyebrows tattooed. Got these
Did
bad
that
boys
hurt?
done. It did, and the gal was like, "It's gonna feel like a lot of cats aggressively licking you." Well, these were the most demon cats I've ever encountered because, damn, that was
Tiny
spicy.
needles, just like
Yeah, it was spicy, and she did put, some numbing cream, but I think it was like witch hazel or something like earthy on it, and so I felt those demon cats. Let me tell you,
It was witch hazel or something. What did you say?
Earthy?
earthy.
something organic, aka like not some hard drugs to like knock you out. And
Yeah,
not feel
I want the
anything.
hard drugs.
This is gonna just like take us in such a different direction than I expected. But I've done electrolysis before, and
What?
that shit's painful. I actually like would cry pretty much every time, and it was a real turnoff for me. I did a couple sessions and I was not a fan. So
Oh my god! But what is that? Like a tiny little needle going
it's a
inside
tiny
your
needle.
pore?
It's tattooing
basically?
without the ink. Yeah, it was not enjoyable. Anyway, and then like the results, you don't have like a cool tattoo after. Anyway,
Pain.
let's try
You said
to bring
that
it back.
was laser hair removal.
It's laser
We
hair
talked about
removal,
this
yeah.
the other day, and I said I thought that it was to stop like sweating, and maybe it does both.
It could. It basically kills the
wow.
pore.
Maybe
I have a
I'm
lot
just
of
making
peach
that up. But
fuzz. Yeah.
yeah, great.
Anyway, to each their
now
own.
you're like a baby seal, but
I'm
was
not.
painful.
It wasn't worth it. It wasn't as good as I
Not the
expected. Yeah.
pain.
Okay.
Anyway, okay.
Well, don't
I'm gonna
try and sponsor us, big electrolysis or whatever
mean,
you're called.
Yeah, big electrolysis, big pharma.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try and bring it back. I don't think there's a smooth way to do this, but you've done so much amazing work with like crazy clients, and now you're freelance, right?
Yes, officially.
And you just came
as
back.
Of, yeah.
That's officially as of when? Really recent. Couple
August?
months? Okay, a couple
August,
months.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we should talk about all those things. But you've done freelance while working a full-time job forever.
For like my entire career, basically. And so like when the last job, well, the last two jobs I've had, so they've been all in-house, right? So I was working at Walmart Creative Studio, and I was a senior brand designer working on their seasonal campaigns. So much fun. I love the team. But then I had to move down to LA, and obviously like that's just not, it just didn't work out. So I had to leave because they, required to be in office, which was a total bummer. But I left and I was like, this is kind of not what I wanted to do. Okay, first of all, freelance, right? Like I feel like there's like two things where you're okay with the ebb and flow of things, of like getting paid and you've really got things honed down. And then there's like, I feel like from growing up, I still have that like money scarcity thing. So it freaks me out. And so I'm like, I have to have like a backup. That's why I've always had a full-time job, right? In addition to my freelance work. But this time around was like kind of different. I'm like, I don't think I can go back to the whole forced to be in office and an environment that's like often not creative at all. And like, I've got kids. I'm like multitasking. I'm doing laundry, doing all this stuff, in which I know that it's kind of frowned upon, but it's sometimes that's how my brain works, right? I'm like doing something else while thinking about the thing I'm trying to problem solve. So
I do not think it
benefits me.
It should not be frowned upon. Like, let me just
which is terrible.
Let's remove all the guilt. Like doing laundry or like, I mean, those things, like, I'm not saying those things are easy, but like those are things that you can do. You should have all of us should have the flexibility to like do things that help us clear our mind or like whatever it is. Like I think that the forced being in an office can be really like not advantageous for a lot of people in the way that they process things, the way that they work. And I think there needs to be more flexibility. I'm not saying everyone needs to work from home all the time, but like
no. Yeah.
I feel like especially creatives are just so like set up for working in unusual environments and like crafting their own way of working, especially.
And having a family, or like if you're taking care of someone who's ill, or like whatever responsibilities you have outside of your job, it's like there's no regard for that. And it's like literally everyone has something, whether it's going to a therapy appointment or like needing to go walk their dog. It's like, come on. Like it makes me so mad, especially because my husband works in like a traditional job, and I'm like, it is not always easy to be like, well, would you be able to get the kids for this so I can go do that? And it's just not easy. And I feel like we need to have a little bit more flexibility.
No, because it's not just, then it feels like you're working, what is it? You're not working to live, you're like living to work. Do you know what I mean? And then that whole like, right? Like it's just rubs me the wrong way. So no, thank you.
Yeah.
No, okay, so that's why I'm like, you know what? Screw Walmart. It. Like I left and I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to continue on. Like, and again, like I've done the full-time freelance. I think I lasted about like 2 years doing it. And it was great when it happened. And obviously I only had one kid, so it was easier. But then kid number 2 came around and I was like, okay, I have to go back to like full-time benefits and do all these other things. And so
benefits are nice. But now I'm
just like, they're nice. Yes, they are nice. But it's also like we go back to that whole thing, right? Where like you feel guilty for like not, having benefits. And so you try to find a full-time job. And then I just feel like sometimes those jobs are also like soul killers. And and I'm like, I just can't do it. So I'm like, if I'm going to be killing myself, it better be for something that like inspires me, that I like, that I love, and that I'm like able to live and also like be a mom and like do all that stuff. So
I said to love, but like also to like, for sure. Like you don't have to love your job. You don't have to love the things you're doing, especially if there's like a sacrifice. Can you can you name drop some of the clients that you've done freelance for? Because I feel like every time I'm like, damn girl.
Let's see, who did I do something for recently? Pringles. I've done stuff for Oregon Parks. Target is a constant client of mine. Starbucks. So I used to work at Starbucks, but I feel like that work's kind of died down over the last few years. So like I think one of the last murals I did was maybe like 4 years ago or something like that.
But you were in-house at one point, or was it always
freelance? I was,
Okay,
I was in-house, and then I kind of like kept my foot in the door, and then obviously
that's a great way to do it.
I know, and then because get paid more for the actual work you did before I didn't. So
it's so funny.
Do you feel like being like living in that area? Like you said, you drove to LA, you drove to Portland, like, or Portland, Seattle, whatever.
Yeah, Portland.
You, yeah. Do you feel like living there has helped you to connect with some of these brands, or do you think?
Oh yeah,
Are you?
absolutely. And I think it's also because this is obviously I've stayed here the longest, and so I went to school in Seattle, and then I stuck around, and I worked for a lot of nonprofits. I worked for the Symphony. I worked for Theo's Chocolate, then Starbucks, then Amazon. Do you know what I mean? So like, all of my coworkers
Girl's been around.
left. Yeah, I know, right? But all of my coworkers like would move on to like go work somewhere else. And so it's like then we keep the connection, we still hang out.
Yeah.
And so then the work kind of comes back around, you know? And I spoke about this too in the last like podcast I was on, where I was like, I feel like not burning bridges with a lot of my old college and all the jobs, literally all the jobs I've had, down to like actually being a barista at Starbucks, like have like now come back and be like, oh, this is so cool. Like now I've kept in contact, the networking around the area, because I feel like there's a few of us here, but it's also kind of like spread out. We're here, right? And so I get hit up for a lot of projects and a lot of new opportunities, and you know, dabbling in other things, and which is really fun, like teaching and
yeah. Do you feel like
networking is like such an underrated, underappreciated thing, and like the world is built on it? That's definitely what I learned after college, was like, oh my gosh, the power of just who you know, and the power of just being a good person. Way to incentivize being a good person.
I feel like we need to talk about like not burning bridges more. I feel like there's a lot of toxicity in, especially in like design communities, or like online.
Yeah, Lana's burning bridges left and right. She's like, get out of here.
No, I just fired. Feel like why can't we just be like, even if you have an issue with someone or you have like a disagreement, like can't you just like be polite? Like can't you just be like, hey, how are you? Good to see you. Like I just don't think it needs to be this like you don't have to like everyone. No one expects you to like everyone, but just like be nice. Like have you heard of the concept?
And honestly, I feel like if you sort of are dishing out that sort of negative energy, do you know what I mean? Like that's the kind of stuff you're going to keep receiving. And so I really try to look at it from that point of view. It's like, why would I waste my energy being mad or upset or like not like somebody, or you know what I mean? Like it's just, I feel like it's just negatively, it's going to impact you too. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to be in the right space, and I want to be around people that I like and be kind, and we're all kind to each other. And I know that maybe sounds silly and like a big hug, but like I try to look at it at least from that point of view, so I don't burn bridges. And you know, I feel like also like now, like I've been in the industry for long enough to know that like there are certain hills that you can die on design wise, you know what I mean? Like making calls, and there's just certain things where you're like, you know what? You're the client. It's okay. I get it. We've tried. You know what I mean? And that's it. Because why waste my energy? Like ultimately, like it's your work. You're paying for it. And yes, obviously I'm going to speak up when something doesn't like, I don't like it, or it design wise, it doesn't look okay or whatever. But also like, I'm not going to die on a hill over one color. You know what I mean?
I think it is so funny when you see people like just trying to die on that hill. And it's like, there's the corporation that you're working for. Let's say they have like, let's say it's one of these big names that you've mentioned. Like there's hundreds of people who are a part of the decision-making process. It's like, yes, you're an expert at design. They're hiring you for your service. But like ultimately, like big picture, like there's so many people who like, it does not matter. It's not that deep. And I laugh so hard when I see those posts where people are like kind of dying on their hill of like, you should have made this choice. And it's like, it's fine. Like we obsess over it because it's like, we know how practical design is. Yeah, it's like our thing. But yeah, it's so funny to see that happen.
And we're not like saving lives. I'm sorry, we're not saving lives.
I don't know about you, but Kenya and I are by pushing our pixels. I don't mean to like downplay design. Like design is really impactful, but like you're right, like a color choice.
It's also a service industry in a way too. So there are definitely moments when you're like, I am at service of this client. They are paying me, and you know, my ego might need to take a little step aside, slide to the left,
get to the back. Okay, so yes, being like being where you are, you've made like a lot of great connections, which has led to some great jobs. Obviously, your work speaks for itself, and you do a lot of like, you've done murals, you've done packaging, like you've done so much. But do you feel like you also need social media to book these jobs? I feel like you have like a really nice presence, but I feel like you're from the outside, it does not seem like you rely, or I guess maybe just from knowing you, it doesn't seem like you're
Yeah,
relying on it to get jobs. You're just kind of sharing your
I'm
work.
not. I
That
am.
must
And
feel
I feel
So it's
so
mostly
great.
like referrals and network stuff.
yes, it's all been
Love
referrals,
to hear that.
network from like people that I, again, like from people that I've known my entire career. You know, like I used to work at front desk at a hotel, and like the same friend that I've known for that long, who's my manager, and I was just, you know, front desking, you know, she's had me do work for her. Like, I need a logo for
That's
this new
That's so
company I'm
cool.
doing. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So like there's just like so many little things like that. And I mean, yeah, I don't rely on it. It's nice. Sometimes when I freak out about like we're talking about the ebbs and flows of it, right? Where like there's not a lot of work coming in, but I'm like
Mhm.
waiting on all these other jobs to like get paid, and so I feel like I have to do something. And so
Yeah.
then is when you'll see me a little bit probably more active on there. But I feel I want to say that I feel lucky, and like I understand it's like a huge privilege to not have to like rely on reaching out to people, because I definitely know that. But I also feel like it's an organic thing, and I think that that's
Yeah.
important for me. Like I don't think that I could be the I just it feels icky to sell myself,
Dancing
and so
on
I don't.
Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I
to
don't
each
want
their own. No, I'm just
to
kidding.
play the game.
Yeah, well, it's
No,
I
I
mean,
get
you
it.
put in the leg work too to get
Yeah.
those relationships and to just again be a kind person and stick out in people's minds. And when
Mm.
do you have any kind of like outreach strategy within your network, or do you like ever kind of pop into somebody's email that you worked with like 10 years ago and go,
I,
"Hey, what's up?"
that's
Or
good.
is it
Yeah,
just coming naturally?
it's coming naturally,
Mm,
thankfully,
I
and
love
I
That's
that
also
for
have a
amazing.
you.
rep. Thank you, but I also have a
Oh,
rep.
that's
So
Yeah.
I
helpful.
have a reps, and that's obviously like helped a lot. So that was really nice. Oh, I think when was it,
But
like
it sounds like
2021, 22?
it sounds
It's a
like
little bit of both.
you're booking yourself and then they're helping
Yeah.
manage the contract or whatever.
And it happens quite a bit where like I get direct emails, and then I just kind of like, hey, you know, this came in, and so we either work together. If they're obviously previous clients, well then I'll just like keep working. If I can
Right.
manage it myself, because then there's also that, right? Like I hate emailing, invoicing, like all of that stuff, and so I don't have time for it to actually do the work. Plus
Yeah.
mom, plus you know what I mean.
Yeah. You have
Having
Yeah.
a
to
life.
decide what's important. Like
Yeah.
if you are like a homebody and you are extroverted and you want to like talk to clients and you want to do the emails and the contracts, then like having a rep is not for you. It is just not for everyone. But I think
Mm.
it's so wonderful that you've been like that I can bring in these clients, you can bring in these. Here's what's going to work best for
Yeah.
me to focus on what I need. And I think that's like the perfect example of when a rep, it has to be a good
Yeah.
fit.
Yeah.
It's
And
amazing.
I
How
love
did
them.
you
Like they're women owned, and they're the ones that reached out to me.
That's
It
great.
was like just after the pandemic, and so it was great. Like it was perfect timing, because I was getting a lot of work and I was feeling overwhelmed, and we tried it out and it worked out perfectly. And then obviously they do a lot of like marketing on their end for me and all the other people that they rep, and so that, and I don't really see that, right? So like because like, I don't want to do it, but you know, there's like little things that I do here and there for them, like I'll send swag or whatever, and they'll just market me, and so that's been super helpful.
Yeah.
I, you know, like I mean, they're the ones that got me a lot of, actually the Pringles job was them. So that was
Great.
amazing. Yeah. And so I feel like I keep getting more and more stuff, more work from them that's like really big name, or doing books and things like that that I would
So cool.
otherwise not have done on my own. And so, yeah, which to me
You
is great.
also
It's a good
you
mix.
haven't even mentioned that you have a product shop because we
I
just saw
do.
you like a couple weeks ago at Adobe MAX in LA
Yeah.
and you were
Yeah, and we
vending.
tried to chat with you while you were in a meeting, and we were like, guys,
Yeah.
You're like,
just
get
like
away from me.
sorry. Yeah,
You were just
Well,
we're
then I
seeing
like,
yeah.
we're seeing the juggling in real time. You're
Yeah.
just over
I
in the
know. I
corner
was
in a
like,
meeting.
oh man. I know. I had to like take a call, and I was like, okay, talking about a project, and it's actually really cool. So I was like trying to pay attention. I was like, I want to talk. I want to talk, but they can obviously
Oh,
see me, because I mean,
yeah.
sorry about that.
Yeah.
No, we're
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
The struggle is real, you guys. I'm telling you, like multitasking. But
How do you
yeah, like
manage the
Adobe.
product shop? Like
Oh, I like started it because I wanted to like, you know, do the like sell my prints, and like obviously the stuff that I was like posting on Instagram when I was like first just sort of playing with color, and I did this like fruit and lime series, I think during COVID. And I was also like learning how to use Procreate at the time. And so I was like giving myself like little restrictions, and, you know, it turned out to be like this amazing, huge series, and people like kept pinning it on Pinterest. And a lot of my work, actually, I get mood boarded for that work. And so it's awesome to see it come like around full circle just from experimenting. And now it's like, it's being referenced for new work. But then I was like, okay, people were asking for prints, and I'm like, well, how do I do this so that it's like not that big of a hassle? And so if you notice, I only sell like 8.5 by 10, prints. And I do get asked randomly if you have anything bigger or whatever, but it's mostly that, stickers, pins, and little things that I feel like it's my fun play stuff if I want to play for new products and things.
How do you rein it in though? Like you're saying, okay, I've said I'm not going to offer bigger prints, but like, isn't it hard to say, like, I mean, Katie and I have this discussion all the time where I'm like, what if we did this and what if we did that? And
it's not hard
really
for me to say no anymore. It's
but
not
but
because
you,
I've said yes too many times, and then I realized what sucked and what didn't.
Yeah.
So
and like
anytime,
we burnt out on like managing inventory and
Yes.
shipping and stuff like that.
oh my
But
God.
it is a lot. And then to like know which products are worth
Yes.
putting your energy into and then investing the money up front, like it's a lot. So yeah, what do you
Yeah.
do? You
It's
have to like
huge.
check yourself a lot?
I do.
Yeah.
And my sister was actually helping me because the last Max we went to in Miami, same thing happened. I went kind of nuts and like started making new things, and, obviously dumped a lot of money into it. And we're like, oh, like this isn't working at all. Like I wasn't how I planned it. And so she's like, stop, like you can't keep like, I mean, it's nice. You want to make all these things, but they're not actually going to be making you any money. So,
Yeah.
and she's the one that usually like does all the inventory stuff. I mean, I couldn't do it by myself, right? Like not with work and kids and all that stuff, like not with how much stuff I already have going on. And so I've had to rein it in a bit. I like obviously from like previous markets and just like Max, I know like what people are actually buying. And so I, invest a little bit in that to like make something new so that the next time people don't just like see the same stuff and little things like that. But I mean, honestly, it's hard. Like you should see my living room. It's still my boxes from Max. I haven't unpacked them.
Do you do a lot of shows, or is Max one of the only ones you do?
No, I do Max, and then I'm doing one for AIGA Seattle. Like they do like holiday markets, and so a lot of local stuff. Sometimes the Consulate of Mexico like does little things like little events, and then they'll have like a table if I want to do that. There's another Latino collective called Aquí Mercado, which is just a lot of Latino vendors and
That's
things
so
with
cool.
like food, music, and clothing. And so I tend to pop in there every once in a while. So, but it's mostly just to like actually get out and like, yes, one, like network, but like also get out of my basement, and then 3, like get rid of all the work that I obviously have before I can like invest more money into a new product or things like that.
I love
Do
that.
you said it was difficult in Miami Max. Did you, if you want to share, make a profit that you felt good about at this Max? Like,
I feel like I
that
made
for you?
so much more money at this Max here, profit wise.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I actually didn't have a lot of newer products. Like I think I had like maybe 3 or 4 new things, but that was it. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think I can't tell what the difference was, if it was just like, because normally, like I sell a bunch of stuff here on the West Coast, and I feel like my range is here on the West Coast and not on the East Coast. And so the same thing happened when I did Creative Works in Brooklyn. Like a lot of people just didn't know. People were traveling. I was traveling, so I didn't bring a lot of stuff. And so
yeah,
I don't know
there's
what the disconnect
so many
was there.
variables with those kind of things. It's so tough to know like how it's going to go. You just can't predict it. If there's some people in our audience that are probably interested in bringing their shops on the road or trying out some craft fairs or some shows like this, can you give like a little bit of insight into what that kind of looks like and help them know like what would you need to do to get into that and what would you need to prepare, and do you think it's like worth it? How do you tell if it's worth it for somebody or not?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm honestly still trying to figure it out, like what's working and what's not. Like I think the places that I try to actually be in are places that I know where I'm like, okay, like here in Seattle at least, like the Latino community, introducing them to art, to pins and different things that I do. That has been like a huge push for me personally.
So a specific target market for
outreach. Yeah,
Gotcha.
but like all these, like I would love to do like what is it called, like West Coast Fair, like Renegade Craft. You know what I mean?
But
like
Renegade
I just
would be a good fit.
I did Renegade once.
See, I would love to, but I just don't. I feel like I'm not.
The tables were so expensive.
Wait, is this an imposter syndrome thing?
It is an imposter syndrome thing. I feel like I can't do it.
Wait, can I just
that's
can I
nuts.
just give you one like real quick? And listen,
give it.
Every graphic designer knows who Aaron Draplin is, and we've been really lucky to meet him several times, and he's always been a literal gem from like from the days when we were students to, I mean, he's just a kind person.
Yeah, I've seen him talk. He's really nice.
You were at your booth, and I was talking with him and a few of the other vendors, and I was like, oh my God, look at her dress. It's so gorgeous. I mean, we'd already seen you, but I had not seen you standing up, and I was like, oh my God, that dress is so good. And he went off and was like, she's the most incredible illustrator. Aww. Oh my God, I would hire. I mean, he would not stop like just hyping you up. And I was like, cute. Yeah, we know. And I was like, I need to remember to tell her. And so like, yeah, I don't think you need to feel like an imposter. Aaron Draplin doesn't think you need to feel like an imposter either. that's what I want to know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, funny thing about that is that later when he gave his talk, he like called me out and made everybody get their phone out to follow me. So all of a sudden, I
love that he does that.
All these followers. It's so sweet. It was so sweet.
It is. He really is about like giving back to the community. Oh, he's so sweet.
It was really sweet.
But it's good to know that even you have imposter syndrome. Yeah, I mean,
I do, and it's like
it's there.
But like I feel like this is what has happened most of my career, where I'm like my head is down, I'm like doing all the work, and I'm so like invested in the work of like making a bunch of art to see like where my voice lies, and you know what I mean, just like experimenting and playing, and I'm doing it and I'm doing it and I'm doing it. Oh my God. And then all of a sudden I look up and I'm like, holy shit, like people are liking my work, or like people are noticing my work, or I'm getting loads of jobs. And so like, then it becomes like a huge, you know what I mean? Like a thing where I'm like, oh crap, like I have to reorientate myself to be like, okay, this is where I am. But the process has been like what I love so much about what I do, you know what I mean? So that like, sometimes I forget that like the end product or like where I am is where here I am, and I'm like, oh, okay. And so I don't know how to react to it. And then it feels like an imposter syndrome, because it just feels like I'm just doing the work. You know what I mean? I'm doing what I love to do. And I don't know.
I feel like it's a very refreshing perspective, because a lot of people are the opposite to that, and they're so stuck on the end product and so worried about the perception. So I think that's very healthy of you, and I would much rather be on that side of things for sure.
I also think that imposter syndrome is like evidence of how deeply we care about our careers and our jobs and our passion. Like if we didn't kind of wonder if we were good enough, or if we didn't sometimes feel like we were out of place, I feel like that would be like, we never want to be floating in the clouds with like no perspective. Like I think it's just evidence that we care so deeply that at some point we come up and look around and we're like, how am I doing over here? But then to remember that like I do deserve to be here, and that there's no like checkbox to fill that like says you're worthy enough to be here, and like just making work is good enough. And
it's enough.
So we'll see you at Renegade next time it comes around, is what we're saying.
When I actually remember when the applications come out, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I feel like I'm not organized enough, right? Organized enough.
It was hella expensive in Austin to get a table. Was like, I was like, woof, that's I'm gonna have to make a lot of money at that thing to
whatever it was then. It's probably like 3 times more now, because
probably I know it's different in different cities, but I assume it would be cheaper in Austin than elsewhere. So
I don't know. Do you wholesale?
But I was not making bank off of my craft fairs, so that didn't go that well for me.
It's like what I do is like supplemental. So like it obviously like Max is like a totally different thing, because it's I make enough money
such
to
a big
what I'm
scale.
Yeah, and there's a lot more people, but I don't know, like the smaller stuff, I'm like, it's not really worth it. So if that's why, again, why I do things that are more like market specific, things that are smaller where like people might not know, and you know what I mean? And so then it becomes more of like, oh, this is a nice surprise to have.
But you do it
X amount of
online
money, I'll
too.
pay like $50. Yeah, but you'd be surprised. Like I get like one order every like a month and a half or something. Do you know what I
Oh,
mean?
wow.
So like, yeah. So it's not something that I like. I feel like if I really wanted to, I probably should like market, sell it, like post about
but you're
it.
not,
and, like,
because you have
but
other
I'm not doing it.
priorities. I kind of
I'm not
love
doing
that
it.
though, because you're only getting what you want out of it. Like if you wanted it to be your full-time job, you could, but you've chosen to say, no, like my freelance is my full-time job. And this is like a supplemental fun thing where I can like still use my design skills, but use them in a different way. And then you said you're not wholesaling.
I'm not wholesaling.
That's
either.
like a really intentional choice, because wholesale is much more about like volume and it's a much lower margin.
Without a rep, it's just like another full-time job.
Yeah. See,
I appreciate the realistic view of what a shop looks like for like an awesome established designer, because I think again we get confused by the Instagram of it all. And so a lot of like newer designers who haven't had a shop before or who don't know people who actually have a shop, they see the shiny shops and they're like, oh, they must be making bank. That must be like a gold mine or whatever. And then you actually you're like, okay, I'm going to invest in the shop, and you put everything up, and then it's like crickets, and people are shocked because they're like, wait, other people are doing it. Well, other people aren't making bank like you thought they were. So I think it's really, really good to share honestly about what it looks like if you're not putting your full-time focus on that shop.
Absolutely not. I literally just like one order. And before I left for Max, I had like maybe 2 orders. Like that was it. It's like one print. Was it like $25? Like
you're not doing print on demand too, so you have to manage the inventory. No. So like if you were doing a lot of orders, it would be taking all of your energy to ship and package and
ain't nobody got time for that.
For real.
Nobody has time.
I mean, I barely have time. There's no time for anything.
I'd rather invest in like other fun stuff. So,
what are things you do outside of being a creative human being?
Okay, so I've been cooking a lot. I like to collect plants, and so I'm a plant hoarder. You can't.
That's a good looking fiddle
behind you. Yeah,
I know.
It's so happy.
Stick.
Oh wow!
I have so many plants.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Wait, is that connected? Is that all connected to the one that was behind you?
No, the one behind me is like
I was confused. I thought there was like okay, got it.
I have loads, you guys.
Oh my gosh, this is a plant sanctuary back here.
It is. So I do that. I take care of my plants because they bring me joy and peace. Yes. And I just like feeling like I'm being consumed by nature.
I love that.
Like in The Last of Us, like things just like growing on the buildings and shit. Like if I could live in a place like that, like I would be so happy.
That's funny. I was thinking more like Little Shop of Horrors vibes, like literal with it, just literally getting consumed by Audrey too.
Or like, is it in like Stranger Things where they like get pulled in?
The Demogorgon?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I had to stop watching it. It's dragged out. For me.
It does look like
me
a bit
too.
of a plant.
It's really scary.
It's really scary.
It's scary?
Is it not scary to you?
I only watched like the first maybe 3 episodes or whatever. Like I think maybe
Thanks,
when
Katie. I thought it was.
This thing is gonna come at me. I couldn't watch it after that. I think like once Barb died, I was like, this is dumb. Like I'm not watching this anymore. And then I couldn't do it.
Plus I'm hearing bad things about David Harbour now because of Lily Allen's new album that got released. That's all over my TikTok. So I'm just like, I don't know if I like this guy.
I know who Lily Allen is, but who's the other person?
The guy who takes care of Eleven, who's like he's sweet in the show. The guy who the like scruffy dude. I'm at a loss. People are probably screaming at all our listeners right now. All,
they're like,
all like 100,000 of them are like, it's this. Sorry guys, but yeah, the tea is that Lily Allen and him were married and they got a divorce, and she wrote an entire album about it, and it was like it's like a full diss album, and everybody's playing it on TikTok, and it's really it's brimming with tea.
Not to totally go off subject, but do you guys want to know who just released new music?
I know who it is because it's your favorite girl of all time.
Who?
I can't even
Hillary
say it with a
Duff.
straight face.
Oh, yes!
She just released a song. Wasn't it called Mature?
Yes.
Did you listen to it? It's not good.
Of course I
haven't.
did. I mean, it sounds exactly like she sounded 15 years ago
Well, she's
or
like,
whatever.
let the rain fall
yes,
down.
yes. And I am actually really excited for my daughter to listen to it. Like, it's very poppy,
Oh, yeah.
cutesy.
Oh,
but
that's
Is she
cute.
starting to
didn't-
like that kind of like Spice Girls vibes
Well,
music?
First of all, she has, okay, so Marisol will know what this is maybe, but Katie, there's like this thing called a Yoto
Why
player
don't you think I'll know?
because it's literally for children and it's new. So like, I don't know that you've been targeted
You're
for
right.
it.
You're right.
So it's like a little, like a almost like a what we had as like a CD player, but you put like a card in, and it's like
Yes.
Wi-Fi. And so we have the Spice Girls Wannabe, I think is the album, or Spice World, I can't remember. And so my daughter actually loves Spice Girls, and she
amazing.
also loves K-pop Demon Hunters, obviously.
Yeah,
same here.
Who doesn't? And she does like some Taylor Swift. I mean, she also loves K-bop. What is it? Kids Bop?
Did you see Kids Bop just released a Sabrina Carpenter version of her song the Tears song?
Oh,
and
gosh.
instead
Is
of
it
like, you know
what's
how
the
the first
words?
part is like, I get wet at the thought of you. That's how it normally goes, but the
So
kids
what do they say?
They say, I just smiled at the thought of you.
Oh my god. You guys, who are Kids Bop? Like, are they kids?
I don't know. They're like kept in a secret, like
Yeah.
underground bunker,
Like,
and
I
only
wanna
brought
know
out
if
for.
they're okay. If any of you were on
my
were
God.
part of Kids Bop, please call into the show.
Yeah, like who are they getting? Who are they getting?
And where
for
are they
Kids
now?
Bop?
Please.
You know-
Oh
happening?
yeah, we need
I
like
was-
who was
yeah.
in the like 90s Kids Bop.
Right. Maybe
What
they
are
were in that
up to?
documentary.
And are they okay?
Are they okay? So the reason I ask is because my friend has his name is Sammy Sticks on Instagram, and he's 7 years old, and he plays drums like as well as Travis Barker. Like, that's who he wants to be when he grows
yeah.
up. He's like actually
Oh my
insane.
God.
Like, he is for sure an anomaly. And I went to his first concert where he played with an actual band.
You
It's
went
insane.
to the concert, like it was
Yes.
just Sammy
It was
Sticks,
like a
and you were like,
No,
you were
it
like,
was
I'm first in line.
First of all, yes, it's my friend's kid. Of course, I would do that. But it
Oh,
was like
sorry,
a
I missed
showcase.
that part. I thought
yes, it's my friend's kid. It's my friend's
I thought
kid.
it was a random person.
Yes,
listening to
no,
it.
our
You know him.
Our,
Okay.
our sons
Fair.
are friends, and we like when they were little babies, they were like a month apart, so we would like have mommy play dates all the time.
Aw.
And I mean, it was like truly impressive. Like, this kid is so talented. And she posted a story of him with his like cousin, and she was singing, and I was like, wait, they're the next Kids Bop. And then I was like, who are Kids Bop? And then I never Googled it, but now I'm very curious.
There's got to be a documentary in the making about Kids Bop kids.
Kids Bop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, maybe they go on tour. Maybe they like hide in their I don't know. We need to know. Maybe that will be the
Switch
next
out.
episode.
We should try to
Anyway.
reach out to whoever's in charge of the graphics for Kids Bop and see if
Oh
we can,
my God. I've
we
seen
can get
them.
in there.
You know,
Kids Bop 563 edition.
Yeah. I was just I was on a call this morning with someone, and we were talking about like doing outreach and stuff. And I was talking about how I want to do more stuff in the kids space. So I feel like that would be actually a good idea for us.
Yeah, this
Nobody
can be a
reach out
good
for us. No, I'm just
transition
kidding.
to.
I know, right? Don't steal my
This could be a
idea.
good tradition to a real design question.
Who
like,
cares about that?
Yeah, like who are your what's like a dream space that you want to work in, or industry or client or something other than Kids Bop, because Alana's already taken that.
You know, I kind of dabbled a little bit into this in freelance a bit, but like clothing, like doing okay. So when I was working at Amazon, I was doing a lot of like trend research and like trying to not justify, but like tap into the data, you know, like what consumers were buying and all this stuff. But it's really interesting, right? Like just marketing and like color theory and how that affects, you know, what we buy and stuff like that. And so I went down this rabbit hole of like doing these like trend research reports for the org that I was in. But it's basically was like how to justify my own illustration style, like with colors and all that stuff. And it was mind blowing, but I found obviously found out lots of great data points behind like design and color choices and things like that. But I want to do more of like kids apparel, you know what I mean? In the
Same.
fashion space. Yeah. Like kids
I
apparel.
feel like your work would translate perfectly.
I like have
It's
so many
bright and
ideas in my
happy.
head. Yeah. And like, I really want to try to tap into that. But
maybe your agent
haven't.
can call up the kids
I know,
clients
please.
that they have.
Yes.
I feel like that'd be
Do
perfect.
it.
I agree.
I know.
I feel like
pattern making, everything.
Yeah.
Like it's so much fun. Like even the toys,
It
like
is really
even
fun.
the little stereo thing that you're talking about. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, the Yoto.
YOLO. Yeah. Like
YOLO.
it's like
Yeah.
and I was gonna say YOLO. That's what I was gonna say.
she would.
But like
It's
the
called
design
the
for
YOLO.
it, we're gonna call it the YOLO from now on. But you know what I mean? Like it's such a minimalist design, but it's like geared towards kids, and like I feel like it's got the primary rainbow like wooden toy vibe kid. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
aesthetic. And
it's
so I
cool.
feel like it's really cool. It's really neat. And so like I want to tap more into that. But you know,
Yeah.
You've done apparel
I gotta do it.
before?
yes.
I feel like I've seen, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
you
done,
did a
like,
bike
fabric
jersey.
lines. Yes, for
Or a
Wazelle,
bike
and I did
company.
like, and then I did like what's some women's sports into like shorts. They did like a jacket for them. I've done like
Did
a
they
dress.
license existing illustrations, or did they
It was
ask for
new.
something custom?
Something
Okay,
custom.
cool.
Yeah,
So that's
which
one
is
of my
really cool.
dream projects. I don't know if I've talked about it here on the podcast, but I started mountain biking this year, and my husband's like he used to be a pro BMX racer, and so my family's like very into biking, and I started this year, and I was like, there are some really good female, like the one you worked with is really great, and there's a couple, and I was like, that's the space I want to be in. And I used to explain my work, and I would like say it's kind of cute, and I would like feel really bad about it. And Katie was like, "Why are you like getting down on yourself for making stuff that's cute?" And I was like, "I don't know. That's such a good point." So now I'm like, I want all the cute stuff.
I know. Well,
it's
like even
cute.
with like the jersey of the Kraken that I did for hockey, like
Yeah.
so it
It's
was like for a
cute.
month, like women in hockey. But like think about it, right? Like women are not like often in these sorts of spaces where men are. So like
Exactly.
why not? Like why not make something
Right. We don't want
like,
it to be
cute?
like grungy and
Yeah,
masculine. Like lean into it being feminine and
yeah,
cute. Yeah.
hell
love
yeah.
that.
So I got
Let's see
flowers
your stuff
all over.
on pajamas.
I know.
Kids'
Let me see
pajamas.
I
That
could
would
see
be
That'd be
cute.
that.
Or like a cute dress, so like summer.
Oh yeah. You know what? Just like mock
We'll
it up,
do
and
it.
then someone will see it, and then they'll just like
Post
we'll
on,
just
yeah.
manifest it. We'll bring it out into the world.
See, maybe
Okay,
that's
when
what
you-
I need to start doing.
Yeah.
When you did
Is
your
stir it out there into
apparel,
universe. Yeah.
when you did your apparel deals before, were those royalty licensing deals, even though you made something custom for them, or how were those structured?
No, it was like a work for hire
Interesting.
situation. Yeah.
But it got like your name is across the project. Like when you go to shop
Yeah.
for it, it would like have your name
Mhm.
as like the
Yeah.
collab. So that's really cool
Yeah.
too, especially because I feel like a lot of companies now are looking to leverage like social media design influencers and be like,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
name, you know, like collaboration
with
where
yes,
you don't
yes,
need
yes.
to like, but giving the artist credit, I feel like it just adds a lot of value not only to the artist community but also then like the people who are wearing it can be like, oh thanks, the artist is this, and it just adds, it's like a conversation starter. So I loved seeing that about the work you did. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And I love that they're doing that too, because again, like they could obviously just like say no, you know what I mean? Or like not include my name, not do like X collaboration with me, you know, but it's, yeah, it works out.
But I feel like it
so
makes the brand
feels good
look
about
way
it.
cooler too, that they're collaborating with artists. Like it gives them some street cred for hanging with creatives and bringing them in.
And you know what? And I like actually really want to do this. I'm going to throw it out there, but like I know a friend, Stacy Rosich, who did I'm actually wearing the pants right now, but she did a collaboration with Vans, and I thought it was so cool because she did like, they were like leaf, they're very organic. There's like lots of little leaves. There's like stripes. She did really cool like eyes. Like, yeah, it was more for like obviously Vans, but I don't know, you could still see like her essence in them. And I think doing like little collaborations like that too would be really cool. So
yeah. All right. Well, they're going to happen for you. Do we have any rapid fire questions, Katie? Because I know we're getting to our time here.
Oh,
you think of anything?
I don't even remember where those live.
I don't either. Maybe we could do like a would you rather. Would you rather design everything on a 13-inch, 14-inch MacBook Pro, or only have to use your toes.
What?
I don't know. I can't think on the spot. I'm thinking like type with your toes. Well, that's our show.
Go with the
That's our show.
Regular computer.
Yeah. The regular computer. Yeah, do that.
I don't know.
There was like
People come up
nothing
with
wrong.
these
You're
that
just
are-
saying it was small. Is that what
I don't know.
the limitation?
It wasn't a fully formed thought. I didn't actually plan to ask.
I like
any.
that you just let it flow.
You know,
Yeah.
Anyway, even though you
I
were like,
told
this
you.
isn't.
Coming into this, I said, "Listen, I'm feeling very spicy today.
Do it.
That's it. I'm just.
That's it. You're
This is-
feeling it.
this is
You're
what
in
you
it.
get.
It's good.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
I
that's
think
the
it's
only
great.
question we had for you. So, where
Toes
can
or
people
regular
find you and
computer?
follow you?
Toes as fingers, or use a small desktop or a small laptop.
You know what though? I don't know. Like I spent a lot of time just like illustrating on the trackpad for a really long time, and that was
Yeah.
pretty brutal. So I feel like
I
that was
did that
equal parts. Like
Coming into
Toes, you know?
after school, and my coworker was like, absolutely not, and forced me to get a mouse. And then I had to learn though, because I was really good at my
Yes.
trackpad because I had adapted to my
Yeah,
sad little
you're like, here.
lifestyle. And so I had to learn, like, I was like, wicka wicka on my trackpad.
You're like a DJ.
and I had to learn
Yeah.
a mouse at my first time in a real person job, and I was just fumbling around, and I was like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I'm
guys
so
know
uncomfortable. I still
plenty
use
of
my
people-
trackpad.
Yeah, plenty of people use a trackpad for everything. It's just like whatever you get used to. Like,
Well,
all
I was
these-
shamed.
all these
I was
gadgets,
shamed,
though,
publicly
they're
shamed.
not necessary.
I
Like,
know,
if it's
but then
that's-
like
yeah,
they're
go
like
for
in the
it.
tablet, right? Like, oh, do you like illustrate on a tablet? I'm like, for the longest time, I was like, no, like
Yeah,
I paint things by hand and I scan them
Right.
in and then
What?
collage them in
Yeah.
Photoshop. You know what I mean? So I was like making the work harder, but like I also found more joy in that. So like I didn't want to
Yeah.
undo what I
Yeah.
had just learned how to do.
I hear you.
But you know, then when I
That's
got my
cool.
iPad and like Procreate, I'm like, how do I do this? Like, so going from the trackpad to the mouse to like an iPad, I'm like, fuck, this is too hard.
yeah.
I just want to paint. Like,
I give up.
just
I'm just gonna
paint.
use my toes.
I know. I'm gonna use my
Okay,
toes
well,
to do
there
all the
we
design
go.
now.
That's perfect.
On
Okay,
that
well,
note, where can everyone find
yes.
you and follow you,
Yeah.
or
Ma-
become friends with you and your network of cool people?
Okay, my network of cool people. Me and my like lonely friends there. MarisolOrtega.com is my website. And then on Instagram, I'm Marisol.Ortega.
amazing.
Great.
link
We'll
it
drop them in the
notes,
show notes.
All right.
as well as pictures of your toes.
Pictures
They're
of my
free.
toes. Hey, you got to pay for those. I've heard. I'm like,
We'll
if
put
all
them
else
behind
fails,
a paywall.
Yeah, that's fine.
If all else
You can
fails,
look
if
at my
design
toes.
fails,
This
will be
isn't the
selling my
first
toe
time we've
photos.
talked about. What did we
Toes.
call it? There
Only
was
feet?
a font related. There was a design related
Only
name.
fonts?
We'll keep working
Only
on it.
fonts.
Yeah, oh,
That's
maybe that's
amazing.
what I was thinking. That's not about feet, but we could just do sexy type behind a paywall.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
I do it.
Well,
Sign
it's
me up.
always great to talk to you. We love your work.
Likewise.
We love your
Thank
toes.
you.
All
I
right.
love
All
my
good
toes.
things.
Thank you. Thanks.